is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and we have Jordan Emmanuel guest hosting all week.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
And we have a great guest with us today. Simi is in the building.
Hi.
Where are you traveling from right now?
I actually came from Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad. You spent time in Texas during the pandemic, right?
Yes, I was pregnant too.
Ooh, that was tough.
Yes, it was. I mean, but I was like really heavily pregnant anyway, so I wasn't really going to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so during the pandemic, when it started, you were already pregnant.
I was already pregnant when they did the whole lockdown.
Okay.
Yeah, so it worked for me because I wasn't moving around too much at the time.
How were doctor's appointments? Because I know going even to the hospital was tough.
Yes, it was. Luckily, the hospital that I was at, I could go in with my husband, but I couldn't go with my mom because my mom was around too. But I mean, at least I had my husband with me, so that was cool.
Right, because they weren't letting anybody in.
No, some people. I think there were some people that could it had to be just them, even while they were in labor. You know, but I didn't go through that, so that was fine.
And you had gotten married right before that too, right? Or
the year before.
The year before,
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. And you and Adekunle Gold, and you guys have such a great song together. Look What You Made Me Do. That feels like a wedding song for people.
It could be. It could be, yeah.
What was that like, even working on that together?
Well, I love working with my husband because he's so talented and we push each other. Actually, we had done about maybe 3-4 songs, and he was not satisfied because that was his song featuring me, and I think he already had the song he had the hook, Look What You Made Me Do, and then he played. I was like, I think this works, and we just got it together, and it was a vibe.
Well, right now, you and Tiwa Savage have a hit song out together.
Yeah.
Men Are Crazy.
Yeah.
And I want to discuss this because me and Jordan were talking about it. We couldn't agree more.
Especially right now with the timing of it.
Yeah.
The men are wilding out here.
And
I think it's everywhere.
All the men wilding out everywhere, okay? Yeah. And Jordan, you even went through a period of celibacy because it was wild for you.
Had to take me a break. Yes.
But people were, at first, when they heard the title, some of the men got very defensive.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so tell me your thoughts on the whole rollout, because even putting that title out there and then people being like, this is toxic without hearing it.
Yeah.
I just want to hear what your thoughts were when you guys had to announce that.
It's actually very interesting. When we put out the name for the song, I think it was about a week before the song actually came out. So Tiwa and I had posted pictures from the video, and we just posted Men Are Crazy out, and the men went crazy.
Yeah.
Proving the point. Exactly.
Right?
And that was the hook right there.
Y'all are crazy.
And I honestly was not gonna go on an explaining spree at the time. I was like, when the song comes out, they'll see what I'm trying to say. And obviously that also contributed to the PR, to the rollout for the song. Tiwa was even a little more subtle with it because she was like, men are crazy, but I still want one in my bed. I was just like, men are crazy, period.
Because you have one in your bed. Okay.
and when he came out, and I think because some women actually were hoping that it was just point blank, men are crazy. But I'm going, men are crazy, but I still want one in my bed. And they're like, oh, man. It's like she's suffering up in them. And I'm just glad, how that it went how it did. And I don't know, I'm having the time of my life.
Good. Listen, because I think that a lot of times guys default to saying women are crazy.
Right.
And so it was really flipping it on its head, because guys will do stuff to you and then be like, you're just crazy, or, women are just crazy.
Yeah.
When in truth,
y'all make us that way. Let's just tell the truth about it.
I mean,
a big influence.
They say the truth is bitter, so what can I say?
And then listen, we got to ask you, because we saw Adekunle was on social media defending you. Somebody who said said that y'all, he didn't even say that he dated you. It was kind of like he wanted to date you. And so this producer said he wanted to date you, but it was long distance. It didn't happen. It was very confusing to me, the whole story. And I know that that's annoying to be talked about. But if you want to have the opportunity just say what you need to say, we would appreciate hearing that from you.
Let me see. I didn't expect to be asked this, but let me see. The thing is, I don't even know what most of these people are like going on about. Funny thing is, what you said, these are two different people, you know, and I don't know why they keep talking about me like that. It's like this, when you even look at what they're saying, you can't even really pick on anything.
I was confused. It was
so I'm still confused. And
crazy.
Right.
Right?
Defer to the song.
And, you know, I just feel like, you know, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't change anything for me. You know, my husband speaking out for me is fighting for his woman as he would. And, you know, I was talking to my friend about this, and like, I don't feel anything about this. It's just not, it doesn't impact me. I don't have anything to hide.
Okay.
You know, like if you're going to post that, you asked me out, so, and okay.
Right.
And what, you know?
Naturally you did. And it didn't.
Or that I had an ex. It's just, the whole thing is just, to me, it's more comedy than anything else.
Yeah, I didn't understand the point. And I saw a lot of people coming to your defense in the comments. Yeah. Also, like, why, what was even the point of even doing something like this? Because you're happily married, just celebrated 5 years of marriage. So congratulations to that.
Thank you. I mean, the only thing that I would say, though, is, you know, I saw a lot of people defending me and saying, oh, why would he be talking to a married person like that, married woman like that? You know, like, you don't respect me just because I'm married. You respect me because I deserve to be respected, you know, or someone saying, oh, defending me, oh, she has a kid, don't do that. Like, don't do that to me, period. You know, so.
Yeah. It's interesting because I even was looking at like other people online, like say Ari Lennox, and we were talking about Phil Millie earlier being on tour, and like people throwing things on stage. Like, you just don't do that. And it's hard in this business when a lot of times as a woman you don't feel, you know, protected in that way. And so great, your husband came to your defense, but also this shouldn't even be happening at all.
I mean, but like, you know, things happen, and, you know, I just take it all in stride and just keep it moving.
Right. And it looks like, you know, I mean, y'all are the winning team right now, so.
That's why she calls herself the what do you say, soft queen?
Yeah, the soft queen. That's
stride.
Always soft, the soft queen, and that's it, period. I don't have like, and the thing is, it seems like I should have more to say about this,
right?
But there's really nothing to say, because I just feel like they say these things because they want some kind of attention, and that's why I have nothing to contribute, because like there's nothing there. I don't have anything to respond to. They're not giving me anything to work with. There's nothing there.
And it's interesting timing because of this song, because Tiwa had her drama. I remember when I spoke to her, you know, and it is honestly what happens when you get to a certain level. People are, and you've been at this level, but people are going to want to like tell their stories and add a little sauce to it too, you know. Yeah,
I guess it's it makes for good blog news.
Okay, fair enough.
And right.
How was it working with Tiwa? And tell me, like, even with recording this song and coming up with the idea, tell me that process.
It's funny because my husband gave me that idea. It's like, babe, how about we do a song? And you say, man, it's crazy, but I still want one in my bed. I was like, ooh, yeah, no one's going to see that coming from me.
Right.
And so I made that song. I had actually finished the song. I did 2 verses. And I was like, something's missing. Something's missing. Someone's missing. And then and it just hit me. I was like, oh, I would love to have Tiwa on the song. You know, we don't typically, brand-wise, we're not typically like the same. And we don't generally go in the same direction, you know. But I was like, it'll be so nice to, you know, find that balance and do something that would, you just kind of bring our fans together and, bring that synergy together. And I sent it to her. I think we were in different places at the time. I think she was in LA. I don't remember. And so she was so amazing. She went in the studio because she was really busy that time. But she, you know, went to a studio and recorded and sent it to me. I actually went back to her. I was like, oh, can you please do a little ad-lib on this side? And she's like, yeah, sure. And she, you know, she made that work. So even though it was not as convenient to do it like as regard, like being in the same space.
Right, because y'all are both booked and busy.
Amen.
Amen to that.
But she made it work, and the video, I think she came on set and she was gonna travel the day after, like the morning after, and so she came on set and she was there. Like it was like really, really tight. Her schedule was really tight, but she just came through. She showed up for me, and you know, I'm
good,
just so grateful to her.
Just the two, and the way that your voice is, like you said, it is a nice balance.
Yes.
Of how you guys both sound, and something that I think people were so excited about. You don't know you needed it until it happens.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm really glad that, that's something that's part of my catalog now in my story.
And I also, there was a woman director for the video too, right?
Yes, Pink.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think that's so dope.
Yeah, that was very intentional as well. I've worked with her a couple of times. I was like, oh, I definitely want her in this. Like, I just wanted like the female energy. I'm a girl's girl. I know people say, people don't. I like when I say I'm a girl, I don't mean like I'm my friend's girl. I just like the energy that women bring, and to just have that like on set the whole time was really good. And we just got each other and it worked great. It worked really great.
And you're still mixing your own music and everything?
Yes.
That's amazing. So you have to tell me where you even started doing that, because a lot of people learned how to do stuff during the pandemic when they were on lockdown. But was that something you were doing even before that?
Oh, way before that.
Way before that, always.
Yes, I was working on this before I ever got signed. Like early on, I got signed to a record label. But before then, where you're trying to get get a break and just get everybody to hear you. I was like, I was so because I was just I was desperate for my win, and so I had gone to. I wanted to do like this cover songs. It was a cover, but like. I was not doing the exact same thing. I took the songs and I changed out the lyrics. I wrote my own song, same melody and the beat, but I made my own lyrics and stories. I said, I did for Man Down, Rihanna. I did Adele, Set Fire to the Rain, and a few, like I think it was like 5-6 songs. And so I was like, I don't have the money to pay anyone for this right now.
Okay.
So, I'm going to figure out how to do this.
And especially with social media, it's such a platform, too, that you
Exactly.
can utilize to get your voice
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah. And, as it became easier for independent artists and upcoming artists to, like, have a voice, social media, like you said, it kind of opens up the industry. And so I went on YouTube. I learned how to mix on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching videos and I would try. I was like,
it.
no, I don't like that. Let me go see how I can fix that. And I went there and I did that. And I had a friend that actually helped me as well, especially when I was mastering, and I liked it because I'm the kind of person that I have to do things like if I stick to something because I like it, and I really enjoyed it. It came to me very naturally. So, I was just like, I like the way I mix my voice and I just stayed doing it.
Right. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then I bet during the pandemic, you were like, thank God I know how to do this.
Right.
Because people were
Everyone
at
else was
home.
struggling.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are people that come, I'm sorry. And there are people that come up to me and actually ask me to mix their songs as well. I'm like, I don't have that energy to give
You're like,
you.
come on, I'm trying to handle my own business.
I only do it for like, people that are really close to me.
Have you
sometimes.
ever had anybody mix your stuff though? Like, or do you not trust it?
Not recently. Usually, I would probably give because I'm also like a perfectionist. So sometimes I take too much time. I'd rather mix my voice so I can give someone to mix like a beat for me, because otherwise I might because I'm like, oh no, it has to sound so things other people might not hear. And then I spend the whole year mixing a song.
Right. Wow.
So I would delegate maybe someone mixing like the beat for me or like just get it to a point where, I'm not spending as much time on that. And I don't like to master. I know how. I just don't like to master as well for the same reason.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I wanted to ask you this too, since we're talking about all of, the music that you've been doing. You did take a 2-year break. Kind of.
Ish.
How hard was that for you?
It was kind of hard, but I think that it was needed. Because it was around the same time that I had my child, just not too long after I had my baby. I just wasn't dropping music as much, I always say that having my daughter changed me. I feel like the day that I had my baby and the day, still like heavily pregnant, but like the day right before, I feel like those were two different people. And it's figuring out who you are now and your priorities, what can go, what cannot go. Ooh. And just finding that balance and trying not to lose yourself. And I think that women are sometimes it's a lot, because it's such a responsibility, because I owe myself me, and I owe myself, being a good mother as well, and being a good wife, being a good friend, a good mom, and just trying to find your place in all of that and making sure that you still make sense to you. So I think in that time I just was not making music as much, and
Understandably,
I needed
having
that.
a daughter is life changing.
Yes,
And okay.
literally.
Do you think your process has changed since motherhood?
I get asked that a lot. Yeah, I guess here and there, in some ways. One thing, I guess, the most impact that it's had on my music is that I'm faster. I have to be.
Right.
So things that would normally take maybe 5 hours, I could do in 30 minutes. Now I'm not
Oh, wow.
exaggerating. I have to, because if I don't, I'm not gonna survive that day.
Right.
So I know how to like pick and choose like what I don't have as much of a luxury of time, and so I have to make better use of my time.
That's not a bad thing, though.
Right.
Is
It's
it?
not a bad thing. It's just, it's not a choice that I
The
made.
perfectionist.
Yes,
It's
the
that
perfectionist
perfectionist
me
that's
who
like,
probably
wait a
want to
minute.
do all the things and then peak, but now I can say I don't have time to do all the
Right.
things. I can only do like 4 things now, and so like now you have to just make sure like you're fitting everything in that window. And like I told you, like I traveled down here with my daughter as well. So like everything is more intense for me now. Like I don't have as much of a downtime.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what downtime is.
Even a vacation, sometimes like you go on vacation, but it's work still.
You know?
You try to make work into a vacation by like maybe spending an extra day somewhere, or
I go to
doing
sleep
something
really
fun.
late because like when my daughter goes to sleep late, and so I'm like I need me time, so I stretch that out until maybe I'm going to sleep like much later than I would, because I want to have time where I don't have to worry about her, or I'm not catering to her needs, and so I'm ending up sleeping too late, but I still have to wake up and
work.
to be
right?
in. Yeah, exactly. So I guess it does impact you here and there, but it's worth
And
it.
she'll be going to school soon.
Yeah, she's gonna be 4
Yeah.
at the end of the month.
And so how is that? That's going to be hard.
Yes, it will be.
Are you going to drop her off? Are you thinking about like homeschooling? What's the plan?
Oh, I've actually been homeschooling her till date.
Uh-huh.
She's really smart. She's reading. I'm bragging, yes.
As you should.
She's really smart, and I mean, she doesn't have to start like grade school till next year. Or kindergarten. I don't know how it works here,
Right.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
like that.
But
Some
I'm
people do pre-K.
Right.
But
Oh yeah, yeah. She would be in pre-K this year if I put her in. But I'm just taking one day at a time because I do travel a lot as well.
right.
Yeah, because I have to go to Lagos. In a few weeks is when I'm gonna be there for a couple months. So there's just a lot going on. So I just take one day at a time, and wherever we both fit in each other's lives, we try to make it work.
Now, when it comes to being crazy in your relationship, who would you say is crazier?
Well, when you say crazy, what do you mean?
I can mean passionate.
I think I'm crazier.
See, and I can't see it.
I think I'm crazier. Like I'm very passionate, but why are you nodding? I'm very passionate, but my husband is like he's very like driven. He's so ambitious. He wants to get all the like bags and do all the things. Me, I'm just like personality wise, I'm definitely crazier. I'm more like in your face, and I'm a little bit of a thug.
And Kingsley knows you, and he's like, yes.
Yes, you say yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by a little bit of a thug?
Just a little.
A little bossy? A little thug in the mouth?
I'm a little. I don't know if boss is the word. I'm not boss. Yeah, maybe a little bossy, but like I stand up for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I use my voice when I feel like it needs to be used, and I'm very. I know that I'm assertive. I'm not scared to be. I'm not scared to be confrontational. Things like that. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I always think that in relationships, especially for women who are doing our thing, been in this business or any business as a boss, the biggest sign that the relationship is going to work is when you can let somebody else sometimes take the reins.
Yes.
And that's a hard thing to do, to trust somebody enough to feel like I'll follow at times.
Yes, you're right. I wouldn't say that I have a problem with that but I have to feel safe with you. You know,
and that's how you know that's the one. Like
exactly.
if you can feel
I have
safe
to
enough,
feel safe with you, where you know, like I can relax. I'm used to doing things for myself. You know, and so if I'm gonna let you do something for me, it's because I know that you got me. Like even if you make a mistake, I know you still got me. So it's not even about being perfect or getting it right all the time. It's that I know that if I go to sleep, I'm not scared that there's a knife in my back.
Right.
You know, so.
Ooh, and listen, we know how it can be. Listen, you're on, you know, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard.
Of it all.
We're in this business. We're watching a lot of backstabbing going on. And, you know, we're watching the whole Kendrick Lamar versus Drake and not knowing if the people closest to you are telling your business and who you can, you know, be cool with and not. And so it's a tough thing. Have you been following that?
Slightly.
Don't even worry about it. It's a lot.
I'm a J. Cole fan, so I'm just like in the corner, just like him. Like, okay.
You love the fact that he stepped out of it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
My friends actually asked me what I thought about it because he's my favorite artist. Like, what do I think about? I was like, I just respect him. Like, I like that he's true to himself. That's what I said, even when it was not popular to say. When it was not popular to say that, that's what I was saying. So, like, I'm glad. Like, if he decided to get in the ring, I'm down with that too.
Right.
But like, I just respect, like, you know, he did what made him comfortable.
You know what I like? When Bia was up here, she was talking about working with J. Cole and how respectful and comfortable he made her feel in the studio. And then Money Long talked about him and how one day he was supposed to be working with her. And I guess she was like talking crazy about somebody. And he was like, this ain't the energy, you know, that I'm on. And she respected that. But every story I hear about J. Cole working with people, he's always like the good, you know, respectable, like, honestly, like the person that you would think he would be.
Yeah. I've been in the studio with him before. I think it was doing a session with my husband and a few people and Bass. And like you said, his energy was great. He gave me some advice as well. And he's just, you know, was really chill. And I think that's what I like about him.
Right.
I like about him. He's very, it's just real.
Yeah. What type of advice?
Music, you know, I was playing some songs for him. He was talking about like singles and albums and like, you know, like what he thinks about, you know, how sometimes people should drop and how they, you know, put out their projects basically.
And you do have a new album coming out soon.
I do.
Okay, so give us some details.
What can I say? I think that I can say that it's out in a couple of months.
Okay. All right, so what is it now? May? So July.
Okay. You know what? Anytime, like, people say couple, I always count, like, in twos.
Yeah.
But people say couple sometimes, and they count, like, 5.
Right. So that's
7.
Couple is 2. Few
I'm like, yeah, I was like, couple is 2. But, like, I was like, maybe I'm just crazy. So when you say July, I was like, oh, I'm not crazy. Thank you so much.
No problem. We here, girl.
Thank you. Okay, so... so yes, in July, and I have one more single coming out before that, at the end of this month.
And what's that single?
I don't think I can say the name of it, but I can say who I'm doing it with.
Tell us.
It's Files.
Okay.
And this is interesting because Files and I have a history. Before I got married, we did we had like an EP and everything. People thought we were dating.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Let's clear this up now.
Yeah, no.
Comes out, nobody else gonna jump in the ring and say something. Okay.
People thought we were dating, and it was just the whole thing. And we had like a couple of songs, and people loved the songs, and they're like, "Oh, you have such great chemistry." And I'm like, you know what? Let's just lean into it and make. We made an EP called Chemistry, and it had like people loved that whole thing, and so we're like, you know what? Let's just do something for the culture, and it's kind of a funny song, you know, very on brand for the both of us.
Okay.
And I'm really excited for people to hear this one.
See, good. I love that. I love the stories behind the songs too.
Yeah.
And you know what's best is working with people who you really like, respect, and do have musical chemistry with.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that you could do like music with somebody and then people automatically think?
I find it so interesting because it's like, I think as artists, people sometimes find it hard to separate you from your work, and they think that everything you like. For example, men are crazy. There are a lot of people that came like they were taken really personally, like, "Oh, how can you say that? You have a man at home saying this."
You're like, it was his idea.
Right. He came up with it.
He knows
That's how nuts it is.
And again, I'm an artist. Like, you don't see like writers, for example, writing books about their personal lives. Like if you're writing fiction, like a lot of my songs are fiction. You know what I mean? And
but a lot of times things are based on truth.
Oh, I have songs that are based on truth, but they're usually obvious.
Right.
Like songs that I write that are based on truth, they're usually like I have a song called Original Baby off of my, I don't want to say first because I have a gospel album, but off of my most popular album, I would say.
And gospel was before you started.
Before, yes. Okay. And it's called Original Baby, and it's just that I have songs on an album called To Be Honest, where it's called Story Story.
Right.
And that's it's always so real, but like I have songs that are just like I'm just telling you what I think about certain things. Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like we don't get that much anymore.
We do not get that much, and I don't think people encourage singers to even. I don't even think they make music like they used to.
Oh, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people also don't write their own stuff.
Right.
So that adds to that also. When you write your own music, people think that you're writing.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess, again, if you're writing, they think you're writing about your real life.
Right. And, sometimes people think that there's inspiration from things that have happened. When you sing something, it is like telling. People look at it as autobiographical, I guess, for some reason.
I guess it's fair. I don't mind it. It's fine.
Right. Go ahead. Run with it.
I don't mind it. It doesn't if it becomes problematic, I can easily just come out and say nah.
Yeah, that's all. You couldn't explain
but
it.
Otherwise I really don't. It doesn't really matter to me.
Now, another thing that I need you to break down for me.
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to know the proper what's going on with Wizkid and Davido, because I see people here trying to talk about it, but I guess from my understanding, just Wizkid went online and said that he was a better artist, and then it just turned into something. But is there more to it that we don't know? And not that you have to pick a side at all, but just to let us know.
I don't know.
You don't know that either?
I don't know. I'm not close
I don't pay
to
attention to
either
any
of them.
beef.
I mean, I see what's happening. I'm not going to say I don't see what's happening. I see the stuff that they're saying. But, they're grown. They're going to figure it out.
Yeah. Very political answer. Good job, Simi.
She said, let me mind my business.
They are grown and they are going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you think that, I love seeing you and Tiwa together. Was there ever a time, do you feel like women, because I know here a lot of times women are pitted against each other.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, they do that. Oh, it's so intense sometimes. Sometimes it's like it can be really distracting because there are not as many of us as compared to the guys in the industry. So when you have the few of us, like they find and when there's like someone new breaks, like a new lady breaks in the industry, immediately they just put her against. Oh, so now this person is no longer here, or who's better, who's just like but like we can all thrive, and like I said, it's been very distracting to the point where like everything you do, like I've spoken about women like so many times. I have songs about women. Even on my album I have a song about women, and I think people assume that because I'm in the industry, the only way that my talking about women can be valid is if I'm doing a feature with women. And it's just so weird because there's women in different walks of life. You know what I mean? There's my mom.
Yep.
There's your mom.
Yep.
We have friends. We have people that work. So yeah, it is. They do pit us against each other a lot. And I think sometimes that puts some pressure on the kind of relationship that we would have otherwise.
Right.
Because sometimes you might say something and they take it and make it mean something that it doesn't really mean.
Oh, that's social media, boy.
Yeah,
We'll have you in the middle of
sometimes
some
you're just trying to be careful what you say or not say. So I mean, but I think that the longer you're in the industry, the more you get used to it. And
right. You got to learn how to sometimes reach out to people directly, like, sis, I did not, that was not what
that
it
was not me. That was, that's not what I said and stuff, But I honestly, I try to stay out of the way of I stay out of the way of a lot of industry drama. Because, like you say something and then you become the news.
Right. You're like, I'm just trying to feed my family, mix my songs, master them if I have to, put out this album, be a good mom, be a good wife, be a good artist.
Right.
But then so it must have been different for you to put out Men Are Crazy, like you said, because everybody was jumping in on it. And sometimes that could be stressful too.
It is, because a lot of people took that, like when we announced the song, a lot of people were so focused on the song on the feature. Oh, finally the feature. Like, but it's just like I want you to listen to the song and just enjoy. It's a jam, you know.
Right.
I can do another song with her. I can do another song with another lady tomorrow. Like that's not the goal. The goal is not to I did a song with Tiwa, because whether or not I do a song with Tiwa, I respect her. I think she's a phenomenal artist. She's been in the game for so long and she's been killing this.
Yeah, I went to go see her perform in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
when she was on tour like years ago.
Yeah, she's amazing. I respect her so much, and you know, I don't think I've ever said this anywhere on camera or, but I remember when she first had her son. You know, watching her, because I wasn't married. I didn't have a child at the time. You know, seeing how she got through that as well, because the industry is not necessarily kind or patient with women, you know, but like at the end of the day, if you're gonna carry the child, the woman has to be the one,
right?
You know, until we find a way to put like the wombs in men, right? So
trust me,
and even then they're not doing it.
And then they should also start getting waxed, and then they should also start getting laser hair removal. See how that feels, you know?
Yeah, I can't wait for the day. So, you know, like seeing her, you know, and just finding her way back and doing all these things. Like, I really admire her. I think she's amazing.
Yeah, that is. And you're amazing too.
Thank you.
So I know that like some people are watching you and seeing your journey and thinking that that's amazing.
Well,
everything that you've been able to accomplish. Definitely.
Thank you.
All right. Well, and lastly, I want to ask you, aside from all this work stuff, what do you do for fun?
Ooh, I read. Oh my God, that sounded sad. I read. I love to, like, reading helps me calm down. I like swimming.
I gotta learn how to swim.
Yeah, I like to go to the beach as well. I always like, especially when I'm in Nigeria. Sometimes we just do like a beach party with my friends, and we just like go hang. And I have like a really small and tight circle of friends.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't really hang out with like industry. I'm not close to anyone in the industry per se. You know, so we just go and we just have a good time, and we, you know, drink and play games
and let loose.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not mad at it.
Good wholesome fun.
Yeah.
We don't know that. No.
Yes, it's good.
Something leaks. All right. Well, Simi, honestly, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be looking for the new album in a couple of months, which means July in our talk.
Yes.
And then the new single, when is that coming out?
The 31st, I think.
Okay, that's soon.
Yeah.
Okay. We got the setup. All right. And of course, you guys can stream, buy Men Are Crazy. Let's run the numbers up and keep it going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Men
Thank
Are Crazy.
you
But
so
I still
much.
want you in my bed. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep.
Crazy's good in bed. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us,
Thanks for
Simi.
having
And
me.
thank you to Jordan for guest hosting,
Yeah.
too.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks
All right.
for having me. I had a great time.
Good. It's way up. So did we.